So we are going to come back up by 7:30 for our instructor to prepare. Then
Oh,
our
this is
sponsor will take over.
7:45 already. Oh.
This is
So by
7:45. Oh.
7:30,
5
yeah,
already, I mean.
yeah, it's coming up very soon. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's up already. Thank you for being patient. So I'm sure everybody saw my message on the Slack group, our channel. For today, I hope everybody's prepared. If you are here to get your writing materials, please get it now. If you are still doubting or your mind is still shaking that is this really for me, please start preparing your mind now because you are in for a ride. I have my writing materials here, my jotter, my pen, and my heart set. So if you don't have any writing material with you, please, I would like every one of us to have one.
All right. Thank you very much, Damila. Well done. Great job. Good evening, everybody. So I
Good
think I will
evening.
also evening. Okay, so I think I will also so because today is the first class, we will pretty much be doing just some basic foundational work, understanding um, and questions to also, um, test and feel how much we are into this product management. Let me use the word, for lack of better word, facade, or it looks like it's the in thing now. At time there was a time it was web design. There was a time it was WordPress. There's a time it was UI UX. It looks like the in thing now is product management. Then is everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
Please, this has to be
Yes,
a
yes,
very
sir. We are
interactive.
we see.
It has to be very interactive class. So yeah, let's talk. What was one of those things back then that everybody wanted to do?
I think recently was that of virtual assistant, VA,
Yes,
VLX.
virtual, very true. Virtual assistant just in fact, it's like virtual assistant is even going more than product management now. Any other
Exactly.
one?
UI US for now.
UI UX, yeah, that was fact. Everybody did UI UX then. Everybody did UI UX.
I'm also
Yeah,
doing
data
I'm also doing
analytics.
stuff now.
Data analytics, very correct. Very correct.
Then the part of content writing.
Yes, content management. Very true. Good, good, good. So we are here now, and it's product management. So I'll do a brief intro of myself, even though realistically I don't. I really find it very hard to introduce myself or not to introduce myself. So my name is Pelumi Oluwapelumi Mogbele Peters, and presently I lead the product team at Cohort Labs. Um, why product management for me? I will also answer that for you, and why and what brought me into product management. Um, my first degree, yeah, is was in plant physiology and crop production. Yeah, very true. It doesn't match. And since my 200 level, they've been calling me non-academic students, because it never just made sense to me, length of read, not like the course is bad or anything, it just never just made sense to me. I've always known that, um, I will have, I'm just in the tech space. I've always just known that I can't do anything outside technology. And luckily for me, I mean, in my fellowship, Mary said FUNAB, we know ourselves. Yeah, very correct, FUNAB. Yes. That's Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. When we went, it wasn't federal then, it was just UNAB. It was just University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. I graduated 2010. Uh, and luckily for me, then I used to attend the RCF, and I was also the head of the media team. So that really, fostered or established my feet in technology as it is. and that was where my first orientation and introduction to to technology and media on a large scale started coming up. Leaving UNAB, I had the opportunity of furthering, and I did some studies outside the shores of the country, in India to be specific, and it really opened my eyes to to a Nigerian factor versus what the industry out there looks like. While I was in India, I attended 4 schools at the same time. The opportunity that don't have opportunity to jump like this, learn everything, learn it, you know. So I learned routing and networking. I learned software development. I learned media production and post-production editing. Then I went into a bit of data analytics, learning what they called big data management. We're talking about the Hadoop and the Java and all of those back then. Coming back into Nigeria, I headed the media and technology team of a learning and development firm. I did that for 10 years before I transitioned into CTO of a media tech company. And in all of this, one thing was instructive for me, or one thing was very key for me was it occurred to me that, the success of any product, you can quote me, is not really dependent on how solid your technology team is. So I have written codes. I'm that kind of person that, this idea will come. I'll sit down overnight, write all the code, everything. You have a 1-pager by morning and everything ready to go. These are the days of, not even the days that we have plenty templates now. These were days of we sitting down with the core PHPs and Laravel, or we are doing the JS, the core JS, back then. But one way or the other, with time, I started realizing that, I was building products that I like, or that I thought would be nice, or that I think is cool. I've not really sat down to do my homework to know that do people really want this thing? What's the percentage of people that really want this thing? Then these people that really want this thing, what exactly do they want, and how do they want it? Coincidentally, I was on a project with a very good mentor. When I say very good mentor, this woman is in her 60s, Nigerian. She's CTO of one of the top banks. She was CTO of one of the top banks. She's retired now. And this woman actually worked on the first Twitter, not X, Twitter. She's one of the people that wrote the first Twitter. She's Nigerian. And she told me something that, that sealed it up for me that day. She told me, I said, Pelumi. Exactly. She told me, I said, Pelumi, software development is just responsible for 10% of the success of a product. And it shocked me then because, then it was the fact, what do you do? I'm a software developer, I program, I write this, but you can be writing all the right tables and be writing it into nothing. From the top of my head, I can count 10, 12 different products I've developed that, after 2, 3, 4 months, you just pack it to one side because it's not doing properly well. And you find out that there are some products that their MVP is even Google Form, and they're doing very well. Do you guys know what I mean by MVP?
Can I respond?
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Okay. I think I've come across that I think the most valuable product.
Yes, most valuable.
Yes, most valuable.
Yes. So you want to explain? You want to tell us what it means?
If my memory serves me right, I think as a product manager, before you get to that stage, I think that's when you get to the stage when the product can be available for commercialization, like you can roll it out to the public. I don't know if I'm correct.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Very true. Okay. You are correct, and I'll put it in another way for you. So minimum viable product, actually, not most viable product. Minimum viable product, what it basically means is that this is the most basic level of your product. And when we do minimum viable product in product management, it means that you're putting a version out that is not complete. You're putting a version out that is maybe very stripped down. Maybe your product is supposed to have like 10 features or 20 features, but you're putting a version out that just has maybe one or two features. What this does is that you use that to test market. That is this what people would like? Is this what people will not like? So I was like giving this example. When you see people rolling tires and you see a skateboard or you see a bicycle than a car, a skateboard is lower to a bicycle, but it does almost the same thing, but it won't do it as efficient as how a bicycle will do it. Same way that a bicycle will, provide a feature for you or provide a service for you, but won't do it as efficiently as a car will do it. But they all do the same thing. They help in transporting, whichever way you want to put it. So in that concept, you will say a skateboard is a minimum viable product. I don't know if you got that, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's a very stripped down version of what you're trying to build or what you're trying to develop. In the essence that you are putting this into the market and testing that, okay, can this thing do this? And that's why you will see that, if you look at the very first versions of WhatsApp, you see that basically it just had one basic feature, chat. Because later they started adding voice, status, business, and other things to it, because the real functional things for it is to chat. You create an MVP that chats. Does it chat? It chats. That's all. Do people want to chat? Yes, they want to chat. So that brought me to the sense that, okay, if I've been doing development all this while and, we have not blown like we want to blow, what have I been doing wrongly, or what should I have been doing, that will have made this all my products well known all over the world, or for it to scale like I want. I want them to find product market fit. Then I found out that what was missing itself was product management. Because a lot of times, in fact, 90% of the time, we build for ourselves. We build for our families, for our friends, because they're the first people you share the idea with. It's so nice, so good, so this, so that. There's a product I'm working on presently, and they just brought me on late last year, and they've done about 3 years, and they only have 50 users. When I was going through the data, and I found out that 90% of those 50 users are family and friends. Now, the fact that they're even family and friends is even good. The fact that family and friends don't even see a reason why they should pay, because they think they can just call you and say, this thing you're doing, what do you think? Or this stuff, I have this problem. There are things you just naturally gist with them over the phone with. They have not really found the use case to say is what paying you for professionally for as a service. And in 3 years, they've done 50 years, And, I was speaking with the stakeholders and they were like, it's a good idea. I use it on my child. I use it on this. I did this, And one of the consultants asked a very good question, very same question. And the question was what? If you use this product on your child, will your child say no? Does he really have the power to say no? Anybody in the house? Do you have anybody in class? Or they not talking?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. I said, will the child
Yes,
will the child have been able to say no?
No,
Exactly.
that doesn't have option.
God bless you. That is exactly where product management is. So she had built things with people that felt that, we like it. Yes, it's a good idea. But because it's a good idea doesn't mean you're going to pay for it. 1, 2, because it's a good idea did not mean that those people were really a real target audience that really needed that product. And this is where and how I always like to classify products. In my training, I've learned that, products are in two dimensions. So when you're managing product, you're either managing a pain product or a vitamin product. And I'll ask a very good example now. I like to use our banks. So, Stephen,
Yes, sir.
what bank do you use? Don't worry, I won't ask for your account balance. Don't worry.
I use Access Bank. I have a lot of them, sure.
Okay, why do you use
Majorly
that?
Access.
So why do you use Access?
Well, for me, although I have I'm a former staff with Access Bank, I've worked with Access Bank before, so
So
I use it as
by
my
your
salary
salary.
account. Yeah,
Okay, so
so after I left there, I'm still using it.
okay, so by I don't want to use the word compulsion, by status of your contract, you just had to use it.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So it wasn't like anything stood out for you to use it. What does that account do for you? What does Access Bank do for you basically? What does it help you do?
What does it help me do?
Yeah. What problem does it solve for you?
Basically, so now that I'm not working with them, so I can say like their mobile app is very efficient like, in terms of transfer to other
Good.
banks.
All right. So basically, they help you do transfer.
Yes.
Okay. So would it have mattered if the color was different?
No.
Would it have mattered, if I'm trying to look for something out of this world? If it was, if they said it was the finest, they have the finest headquarters.
No.
Would it have
If you're not
mattered?
giving, no, they're not
Okay.
giving me what I want. It doesn't matter if they have a fine video.
God bless you. So the basic problem they solve for you is that when you need to do transactions, you can get it.
Transaction. That's correct. That's right.
Basic. So what has that done for you? They found a pain for you, and they've given you a solution to fix that pain. You can move your money, you can do your transactions on the go. Right?
That's correct, sir.
All right. So let's flip it on the other side. Do you use Udemy?
Udemy, no, but I've heard of them. Like Udemy, like course,
Yes.
learning stuff.
Yes.
I've not used it, but I've heard of it.
Okay. Is this something you likely get to use?
Udemy, yes, if I have like something I need to learn, I'll probably a course or something like that.
All right. So on a scale of preference, we have to pick which is more important to you, the Udemy or your banking app. Which one?
The banking app, of course.
So if there's no space on your phone at all, there's no space left on your phone, and there are two apps that are giving you the option to develop to delete your Udemy app or your Access Bank app. Which will you take?
Based on priority, I will delete the Udemy.
Good. So that means that at that point in time, the Udemy is a vitamin product to you. It's not really solving any major pain for you. It's a nice to have product. It's a good to have. It adds to you. It adds value to you. It adds value to your knowledge gap, your knowledge space, how you show up, and you know that yes, I have this, I've learned that. Yes, it does all of that for you. Maybe where you work, it adds more pedigree to where you work and everything based on. Oh, somebody said network is terrible. Pelumi said network is terrible. I want to be sure if it's my network. Can everybody hear me clearly? Please, if you can hear me, thumbs up, please. I want to know if
hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so it's not my network. Good. All right. Chiazo raised up her hand. You want to say something? Chiazo, please unmute and please say something.
Sorry, it was a mistake. I wanted to raise the topic.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. So at that point in time, you find that your Udemy is a vitamin app. is a nice to have. So you can't go selling a nice to have solution to people that are looking for pain or that have pain that they're trying to solve. Okay, Damilola Christiana, you said you don't understand what I am saying. Okay. Does anybody understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yes, we
All right.
do. Yes, we do.
All right. So Damilola, what don't you understand? Please, you can unmute and talk. Let's talk. That's why we're in the class here. What did I say that is confusing you? Damilola, talk now. She said everything. Okay. All right. Okay. You're welcome, Abimbola Taiwo. You don't understand either. You're just joining. Okay. So I'll backtrack a bit. You know. So I started this discussion from why I went into product management. You know, having in my previous life. So what I do basically now is technical product management because I decided to stay on the technical side of the things and I enjoy it more. My major reason for going into product management, as I was saying earlier, I'm sorry if I have to go back just for the sake of two of them, is really basically because, like I said, a mentor once told me that the success of a product is just dependent on 10% of the technical team. There's so much that goes on that the technical team has to respond to give you a successful product. So it's like garbage in, garbage out. Okay. Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes, we
can
can
hear
hear you.
you.
All right. So Pelumi, I think it's probably from your side, maybe your network. But I'm sure it's recorded, so you can always go back and hear it after the class. All right. So as I was saying, that really led me into the aspect of product management because we've just been developing, writing code, left, right, center, bad guy, good guy, bring in this. You sit down, you catch some UI, and you be like, oh boy, nobody can do this one, But you will not gain traction. All you will get is family and friends, which led me to a recent experience I had with one of the products I'm working on in my company. It's a learning and development product. And like I said, they had done 3 years before they brought us on board, and they only had 50 users in 3 years. 90% of the 50 users are family and friends. So rather, while they would call the person to request for the person's service professionally, they would rather do it over phone or chat. And while they are chatting or chit-chatting, they've asked what they want to have and they've moved ahead. And it led to me saying that, we all make a mistake, in the way that we build products for ourselves, thinking this is what I like. I like it. Does not mean that another person likes it, or does not mean that person is ready to to pay for such service or paid for a product, in that category. And I was mentioning that, in the industry, basically, there are 2 types of products. Either you're creating pen products or you're creating vitamin products. And that's how I always like to attack product management. And those are the first question, is a question of we'll get there, you call it problem statements. Yes, I said they are called vitamin products or pain products. Pain in the sense that it is, so let me use this illustration. If you're having pains, what do you use? You take an analgesic, Panadol or paracetamol, right? Yes, vitamin or pain. You take an analgesic and the pain goes down. Vitamins are not necessarily anything wrong with you, right? If I still know my biology very well, a little bit, it's been long though. They're just things to, maybe enhance your immunity, maintain your immunity. You want to have glowing skin, I even saw someone take vitamin injection one day, and I'm like, sure, which one is this one again? They say your skin will be fresh. I said, wonderful. It was vitamin IVs, and I was like, whoa, really? But really, it doesn't do anything. It's just for the nice. It's just nice to have, good to have. It's really not fixing any pain. And do they mean they are bad? Does anybody think vitamin products are bad? Yeah, okay.
No, no,
No, it's not bad. Not bad.
Good.
No, no.
So,
no.
what do you think is the difference between both of them?
So for me, I think the plain product like solves your immediate needs. So the vitamin is not like a futuristic stuff. It's not giving you, it's not solving your immediate problem. Like it's not helping you to
Yeah,
solve your problem at that point in time.
very good, very good. Thank you, Stephen. Anybody wants to add anything? Please let's make the class as interactive as possible. Do you want me to start calling names?
So, okay.
So anyway, so I feel that for vitamin products is to enhance or to maintain.
Yeah, very good,
Exactly. Then for pain products is probably to relieve,
good,
to give like relief.
good.
Exactly.
Immediately. All right. Cheers. You wanted to say something? You want to say something? Your hand is up.
No, I think that was the last time I went.
Okay, so you can just put your hand down now. All right. Anybody that wants to add, do I call any? We'll start calling people. Because it's only Stephen.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Oreo.
Okay. So,
Yes.
yeah, yes. So I think vitamin products are, like you said, nice to have in the sense that they might be visually appealing and all of that, but they don't really solve a user problem or a pain point
Exactly.
like a pain products would do.
Good. Thank you very much. Well, correct. So basically, I mean, the way you narrate or the way I love to narrate it is what really separates them basically are their target audience, who is using them at that point in time. Um, somebody that is saving to buy, somebody that is saving to buy his first car, and somebody that is saving to buy his fourth or fifth car or family car. So you know that what they are looking for is on different levels. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
You know,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
the first
Yes.
person is looking to solve the transportation issue. The second person is not really solving any, he's just solving for lack of better word, a class issue. Because you already have 3 cars, so transportation is not an issue. Just like, okay, let's have a backup for when one of these 3 is not working. Or let me just have a backup for I have guys that have weekend cars, they only drive a weekend. I have guys that they have cars that this is the car they travel with. I once had a boss recent, I used to work, and bought a G Wagon then. And I was very close to him because maybe I was younger then. I was one of that used to drive the G Wagon. G Wagon, as the car. And I asked him one day that this is someone he has cars. But when I started work, I worked for him for 10 years. So my first 2 cars, it was one I gave me. The first 2 cars I ever used in my life was one I gave me. I started buying my own. And he told me something that day. He told me, Pelumi, this car is a memorabilia. That was the first time I ever heard that word in my life. I said, what does memorabilia means? He said, I have worked so long. I have worked very hard for long. When I look at this car is a reminder to all those days of hard work. To that person, my people, G-Wagon is not he wasn't solving a pain. He was solving, there's this thing they called Maslow's hierarchy of need. It was solving that actualization need on that Maslow's hierarchy. He has gotten to that top and it's like, how do I bring people up? How do I compensate myself for all this hard work I've done? So that kind of person, and that car for him, it wasn't a pain issue. So imagine this, and this is where I'm going, and I want us to get this. If this is all you get tonight, I want you to get this. Now, imagine that you go to that person and you tell that person that, this car, see, this car can take you from Lagos to Kano under 10 hours or under 4 hours. Just press it. Do you think you'll have communicated or you'll have made a sale to my boss at that time? Are we still here? Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir. We
Yes,
are
sir.
with
Hello,
you,
can
sir.
everybody hear me?
We are with you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Can you come again?
Yeah, so I said, imagine a seller had gone to my boss that time and told my boss that, this G-Wagon is 2020. You can go from Lagos to Ibadan in 2 hours, Lagos to Kano in 2 hours. This car, in fact, just pour water, it keeps going. Do you think my boss will have been sold to buy that car? No, thank you, Abimbola. So, guys, let me ask, what do you think will have sold that car to him with what I just explained about him, about his reason for buying that car? Yes, we have talked now. Let's make it interactive. Let's make it interactive. Yes, please. Any go on. Somebody wants to talk. Somebody was raising a hand. I can't see anybody again. No, not really horsepower. No. Yes, Abimbola Taiwo, please go
I think some people are connecting. Some people said luxury.
ahead. Luxury. Yes, I would say possibly luxury. Yes. Yes. Yes, Limara, you're right. Luxury. Horsepower, no. Evident futures, I would say yes and no. So let me help us. So a buyer that or a seller that will have gone to him to say that, say carbon fiber. No, no carbon fiber. Now, Oga, you have
I said
worked.
style inflation.
You said what, sir?
I said status or style.
God bless you, Samson. God bless you. God bless you, Stephen. Class and status. You've worked for so long. A man of your caliber, you cannot be driving small Camry or Range Rover. It's G-Wagon that meets your style. It's G-Wagon that meets your class. All the hard work of this year you have done. Do you know how long you have been in this industry? You literally started this industry. You need to go. They need to see. They need to know that this industry, is what it's because of the kind of foundational work you people have started or you did in this industry. This is what that meets your life and status. At that point in time, the why is why meets a course, and that is how product scale. Do you guys get that?
Yes, sir.
Why do I need this? I need this because I have worked so long. I need something to show that I have worked and remind myself that, all the work you have done, this is a present to yourself. And somebody's coming to tell you that, this is what fits you in this phase of your life because you have worked out. You see that there's a connection between that person's why and reason and the person that is selling. Now, if a seller had gone to him and told him that, Oga, you need car to move around, do you think he would have communicated to him? Do you think he would have given him a reason? He already has 3 cars already. Do you guys think he would have communicated?
Not at all.
No.
Exactly. At that point in time, was he feeding any pain? Was there any pain there? No. Was it? Was there?
No.
Exactly. It was a vitamin. It was a nice to have. It was a status thing. It was an actualization level on the Maslow's hierarchy of need. That this guy here top there. And that's basically how I love to introduce what product does. If I sat down and I was developing products, I was developing a car that speed was the only thing I'm selling, you will not attend to that man, will it? No. But over time, they have positioned the G-Wagon as a status car, and something fits somebody's status somewhere there. So anybody has any question before we go ahead? Looks like I'm the only one talking.
No, you're not the only one talking. No questions so far.
Okay, because I want to be sure that we all understand these foundational concepts. So we all good? We go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's it, sir. You can go ahead.
All right. So in essence, that is how my journey into product management started. Why? I want to build products that users want. I want to build products that people want to use. I want to build products that are relevant, that are meeting both pain and vitamins for people. And that is exactly what encompasses the concept of product management. Getting to the point where you can craft a plan, a master plan, to do what? Know what people want, know what they are looking for, know what touches everybody at every point in time, and you being able to sit down, communicate all that want and need to a team that builds it, then you being able to take what has been built and communicate it back to those people to pay for it. Ladies and gentlemen, basically that's what product management is. And that was basically why, I moved away a bit. I still do development. I still do software development. I still write codes, but not as much. Thank you guys. And that was basically why I moved straight into product management, because I felt, for me, that makes better use of my skills, of all my knowledge, everything I know, everything I've done, everything I want to do. And it does put all of that into proper perspective. So I'm not just building. I don't just build now. So before I build, I will do research. Because you can build the wrong thing. Before we go far, let us know this thing we are building, do people even really want it? Or it's just an idea off the top of your head? Two, is also the fact that you can release a product that is earlier than its time, which can be a problem. I'll answer your question shortly, Nimara, I'm coming. You can release a product that is earlier than its time, which can also be a problem. And so you also need to be sure that, what you are releasing, it's its time and people actually want it. Does anybody remember do you have idea of any product that we used to use back then that we don't use again?
Yeah, to
To
go.
go.
God bless you. Let's go. What do you think happened to go?
It
I think
expired.
I,
There are now better products in
I think we
the
are
market.
already involved
Sorry,
in
Pelumi, we can't hear you. My
Lost the
space.
attraction.
Ah, yes, I can hear you clearly. Your voice is cracking. I don't know if it's me or. Can anybody hear to below? I can't hear.
No, the voice is not
She
clear.
said she said they did not improve their product, like they didn't evolve with other
God
products.
bless you. Thank you, Limaro. Somebody just mentioned Nokia, BlackBerry. Imagine if BlackBerry had opened BBM that time to everybody. Maybe Facebook will have bought them instead of WhatsApp them. You guys remember BBM days? Am I the one that is that old?
Yes,
I
we
was about
do.
to suggest that also, sir.
Good. Remember BBM days? It was the thing then. Imagine if they had opened it up and made it open source. They eventually did, but it was late. Look at what do you call these camera people? Kodak. And you'll have seen these instances, of building products that doesn't have markets, building products that doesn't have users. And that is why, and that's the function. So these things I'm telling you is also how you sell yourself, because it is easy. It always looks easy because it looks like developers can enter anywhere, and once we brand all our jargons, we do this, it looks like everybody wants to, every company is running after it. But no, you can have the baddest designers. God bless you. You can have the baddest designers and they are building absolutely nonsense, for lack of better thing. And when I say nonsense, not because what they're building is not good. Nonsense is they say that what they are building It doesn't have a direction. It doesn't have no vector, no magnitude. It doesn't have anywhere it is going because it's not really targeted to anybody. Now, if you look at me and somebody is selling G-Wagon to me, you know, we are looking at the face of, we are still looking at the face of God. It means I must buy G-Wagon like my boss. But if you tell G-Wagon to me now, you're talking to a wrong user. And that is where product management comes in. Knowing the who, the what, the when, the how. Because you must have answers to all of that. So that takes me to the question Limari is asking that, do you need to know how to code to be a product manager? You don't need to. In fact, as a matter of fact, in my work, I actively or purposely always, withdraw myself from that technical knowledge side unless I have to fully function as a technical product manager. And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you, the people always think that, yeah, it's good to know how to code and everything about it. No. No. So I was also on another project, and they were pushing this feature list. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this. In my head, I was already thinking, it's possible now. This one is not possible. They can't code it. They would understand. Unknown to me, I was speaking on my own level of knowledge that, the things I was saying is possible for them to do. The guys could not do it. The things I was now thinking that is not possible is what the guys can do based on my own knowledge gap. Yet, two, at that point in time, I have started shifting from being a product manager, turning in towards project management or product ownership of development, which is really, really, really not where I should stay. So in as much as it is good to know how to code, is a nice thing. If you have it, you have it, but as a product manager, you don't really need to know how to code. If you want to have the idea based on the fact that, so that when, I'll tell you the biggest plus for me, just for me, is the fact that, my dev team know that they can't tell me nonsense. I've been on a project before, and we had the dev guy like that. I was just saying, it's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. The stakeholders are looking at me like, oh God, now you gather this team. So at that point, I had to even save my own job that, oh God, we brought you to come and help us. Now, all this is not possible. It's not possible. So I started writing the code in the meeting. I started showing you. When I did the first one, it's not possible. By the time I read the second and third one, the guy got the message. Then it's not possible. The language changed. You know what he started saying? Okay, we'll look at it now and get back. We'll find a way around it. That's exactly what I wanted to achieve in that meeting. That's exactly what I just wanted to achieve, to let him know that. Don't say it's not possible. So if I'm telling you to do this, it's not because I'm telling you because I have one lofty idea in my head and I'm just pushing it down your throat, which a lot of developers feel at times. But I'm telling you because I know it is possible. So we'll get to it. It's different from it's not possible. So maybe that's one of the advantages I have, being someone that knows how to code, in the sense that, yes, you can't tell me rubbish. But also is this, if you understand your tools, if you understand your processes, if you understand your structure, you can never be in a position the developer will tell you something is not possible. If they even tell you that, the developer himself will start looking like as if it doesn't know work. And we'll get through all those tools, we'll get through all those processes, we'll get through all those frameworks and things that, that aid and make you look professional, that even if you don't know how to code, but also as a product manager, one thing I will always say is also that be open, be ready to learn. So I told you I attended 4 schools in India. Why I particularly told you there is that, it shows you how much I spend on learning every day. There is no year on an average. You can check my LinkedIn that you won't, and there are tons I don't even add because at times it feels like this is ITK. It will not take you serious. I I spread myself across the whole value chain of product management, not because I want to know everything, no, but basically because I want to have an idea of everything, so that as a product manager, if I stand in any value chain of the management and I have to say something, I have to input, I have to plan, I'll not be talking rubbish. I know what I am saying. So from analytics to marketing, to product ops, um, I've sat myself down to learn, train, in fact, in some places get certified on some of these, mania things. Like I said, not because I want to be a professional there. If you ask me what I do, I'll tell you I'm a technical product manager. I still maintain that role, you know. But we won't get to the point of where we have to discuss analytics and I won't know what to say, or I won't know how to use the tool, you know. And I've also found out in my short experiences that, when people know, or when your team know that you're very vast in this, it keeps a more open way of work, that it puts everybody on their toes to know that it's a problem when they're telling you to do this, they're telling you to do this, and you just find that somebody else does it. Then they start questioning you that what's your value to the team, you know. So basically, I always advise that, as much as possible, once you have mastered the act of product management itself, pick the next step you want to pick. What other value chain or what other aspect of product management do I want to pick? Where do I want to niche down into? And you start developing yourself into that itself. In our days, and it's one of the habits. In our own days when we started tech, they were looking for generalists. Organizations were looking for generalists. I remember resigning my position in one place I was working, and they put out my JD that they wanted to an HR company, and the HR company told them that it's not possible you find something like someone that does this, because this is a 3-man rule. I was like, you know, so I've been doing 3 people's job, and you people did not tell me all this. But there were things I just used to do as part of my job. I'll do media, I'll do graphics, I'll do design, I'll code, I'll do IT operations and everything. And I was doing everything all together. But now the world is turning. People are looking for specialists, not generalists. They're looking for one person that is solid in this one aspect. He knows what he's doing, he knows his onions, and he's ready to deliver for them sharp. Okay. So hope I'm not boring you too much. Are we on track, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So basically, that is my journey to product management, and I think, and I hope that I've been able to introduce us to the concept of product management, or a foundation of what product management is. So okay, somebody's asking what's the meaning of open source. All right, yes, Ogechi is correct. She's answered it. Basically, there are softwares that the code is publicly available for you to modify, view, distribute. So it basically that it means that I can download that product. I can add my own feature sets into it, and either put it back for others to download or also use it for what I want to use it for. That's what open source means. I read that your job is to manage products and not people. But as a PM, you communicate across the different things, which is reality of how you understand your job description as a PM. So yeah, very true. Yes, your job is to manage products and not people, but there's no you will manage products that you won't get to manage people. So one key thing you must know very well is your, as a product manager, that is very key to you is your people management skill. So there's no way you will manage products because people make products. People are the one behind the product. So as you're managing products, you're also going to be managing people. In fact, I will tell you that 60 to 70% of your job is managing people. Yes, you will get a recording. Yes. Yes. Ogechi, your hand is raised. Please go ahead.
Okay. Hi, sir. What I want to ask is the difference you because through through the discussion or what you're saying before, you mentioned market research and market survey. Though
Yeah.
I've seen the definition on the internet or whatever, but I want to hear from you the difference between market survey and market research.
Okay. So one of the things that happened in this industry that we tend to interchange terms a lot. Yeah. But not as much. They are very close, and I'll tell you what the difference is. Okay. So basically, the difference between market research and market survey is simple. Market research is basically okay, what is out there, what are the statistics out there, what has been going on in this industry. Yeah. Um, um, who has been using this product? How long have they been using it? How have they been using it? You know, their BOKs, their body of knowledge to say that, okay, this is what that has been happening in this industry. That is you researching, making a market research. You doing a survey is a bit different. Is you streamlining or bespoking your questions and going to them that you want to know what they've been doing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. I'm
So basically, you're sending out questionnaires, you're sending out handouts to find out, okay, how have you been using this product? It's different from you going to body of knowledge or you researching what you have online to say, how has it been used? So you are going into a more personalized view, a more personal approach. While the market research will attend to the majority, you are
okay.
attending with market survey, you are attending to the specificity.
Okay.
So you can say that in my survey, I surveyed 10 people, and this is what I got from the 10 people. Your research will give you maybe a median or a percentage, 30% of people that did this and so and so. And, you know, a lot of times, whilst you cannot guarantee the effectiveness of the research because they don't know who wrote it, that is why a lot of people at times tend to survey because they want to be very sure. But also at the same time, also, surveys can be expensive, you know. So when there's a lack of, you know, funds or let me put it this way, lack of people to reach out to for you to do survey. Do you know 1,000 people you want to send to and they will answer you? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So you will most likely want to go towards the research angle.
Okay.
So I don't know if
Thank
that
you.
answers your question. You're welcome.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes. All right. Very good. What's the difference between a product manager and a project manager? Very good. So this is a very thin line. And you know, well, different school of thought believe different things, but I believe that you know the project manager works for the product manager. You know, while the product manager focuses basically on the what you are building and why you are building it. The project managers are the people that focus on the how and when. Some people, so in product management, we call them product owners. Some of them are scrum masters, you know. So you notice I said something then that even though I know how to code, it's not my job, it's not my role. That's the role of a project manager. How are you doing this? When is it going to be delivered? The project manager packages all that, documents all that, and feeds his product manager on that. Messi, I don't know if that answers you. I don't want to go into too much analysis of it, but basically, so a scrum master basically manages scrum processes. He basically manages your scrum operation, which a lot of times falls under what your product owner does or your product management does. You're welcome, sir. So, any other questions? Questions, clarifications? Can we go ahead? Okay, another question. Yes, we will talk about product management and product ownership when we are talking about roles. When we get there, we will definitely talk about that. So don't worry. Don't worry. Not anything out of scope. We'll get there. Chineye, that's the answer to your question. Okay. All right. Any other question? Clarification, addition, subtraction, removal, multiplication, division. All right. So since this is the first class, we'll be starting majorly, on Saturday. I just wanted us to have this introduction. Wanted us to have a chit chat, then our basic class rules also. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good.
Yes.
All right. So even though we are doing it, we're having this class online, we'll appreciate that, we have rules that we are that we are ruling by, because when there are no rules, things tend to just go anyhow. So it's important that um, we all agree by some level of constitution that guides us. All right. So as a PM, learning additional skills like Power BI, digital marketing, and is it necessary? Uh, is it necessary? Uh, how to answer this is doing me somehow, because of the word you said. Is it necessary? Is it necessary? I would say no, it's not necessary. Is it important? Yes, it is. So, like I said, as a PM, it's important you know all your tools as much as possible. As a PM, it's important that you at the most minimal, have the basic functionality of every value chain that you work on, or that you oversee, or that you sit over, so that when you get into making decisions, when you get into making decisions, you know what you are saying, you know your reasons, you can defend your why. So, for instance, you're talking about Power BI. Power BI is basically, you are talking more of data analytics. For me, I believe, in this day and time, every PM that knows his what must be solid with data. You know why? You don't just go to your client and say you're assuming that you must be able to show numbers, because that is what that is your measurement. And when I say what is your measurement, so you want to introduce yourself as a PM, how do you sell yourself if you don't have data? What sets you apart? It's very simple. You go to a user and tell them, no, I manage a product that I have grown to 1,000 users in 2 months of launch. Do you think they want to listen to you? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah. Do you think they want to listen to you? Do you think they will feel like, yeah, this guy knows his what? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So if you don't
Yes,
know
because
if you don't know your data analysis or how to use your data tools, how do you approach yourself? Or how do you sell yourself that way? And there are tons of tools. You don't have to use Power BI. Pick the one that is easiest for you to learn, but be good with it. And this is what I always tell people, if what you know how to use is cutlass, and you are going to a war, don't carry machine gun. Master your sword, master your cutlass very well. I have a friend, I have a friend, I have a friend, all he does is WordPress. Doesn't do all the hardcore coding and everything, and he earns more than some developers, full stack developers. I'm not joking, somebody I know. I personally know a guy also. He works remotely for a company in the US. This guy is based in Oshogo, and they pay him $9,000 every month. I'm not telling you ahead, you know. They pay him $9,000 every month. He's based in Oshogo. And what he does for them is just data analysis. How many people came? How many people bought? How did they buy? How did they leave? How did they come inside? How were they going? What did they buy the most? And he can tell powerful story with that using mixed panel and Otija. He doesn't know how to use Power BI. And my guy is shopping almost 10 million plus every month. And he's in Oshogo. He's not even in Nigeria. He's not even in Lagos. So the point of what I'm saying is, this PM course is a foundation for you. While you put in the industry, you also always have to put yourself in a position of constantly learning new tools, new technologies, mastering the tools you are picking. Recently, for me, I've always had an issue that, one of the biggest issues I've always had in product management is when I'm working with clients, the number of tools we have to use is so much. You pick one tool for road mapping, another one for Scrum planning, another one for prototyping, another one for communication. On the long run, you're paying $20 in maybe 7 places, $140 per user. It makes it look, my people are expensive. Then I found another product that has everything and you pay in Naira. And they charge maybe 12,000 Naira per month. So when I'm giving clients this, they're happy that, we'll take the 12,000 Naira and it has everything. So as a product manager, you always have to be in that position to that, you're a problem solver. How can we solve this problem? How can I navigate? How can I collaborate? How can I make this thing easy for my clients and for myself? So essence is your learning doesn't stop. You always have to keep researching, always have to keep making inquiries, or to have to keep making, okay, what's the best way possible to put this thing out there? Okay, so learning additional skills, like you said, is it necessary? Not necessary. You don't have to. But is it important? It is very important you do. If you don't do it, nothing will happen. But if you do it, it's an addition to your portfolio. It sells you better. So, John, I think that answers your question. How can we market ourselves as a PM? The easiest way to market yourself as a PM, the easiest way to market is niche down, be known for something, and be good with what you are known for. Be known for something and be very good with what you are known for. And that's why you see that product management is delving into different niches. You're having product ops now, you're having product analytics, you're having AI product management, you're having growth product managers, you're having sales or marketing product management, a lot of them. All right. So I don't want to use more than 9 for 9. Okay. So we'll quickly run through our class rules. Nothing out of scope, something just very basic, it's very important we are all present and we all engage, attend every class, and the class you can attend, make sure you watch it before the next class. Be sure you participate, in activities and group works and assignments given. Also, as much as possible, I know this might be hard, but try to avoid multitasking during the session. It's just 2 hours. Plan yourself that in these 2 hours, I will gain as much as I can gain, It's also very important, we are all adults here. We have to be respectful of each other. There's no opinion that is foolish or stupid. I am also going to learn from you as you will learn from me. So it's important, very important we do that. When you are not speaking, please mute. If possible, as much as possible, when it's possible, put on your camera. I always like to advise that, at least if class is starting for 7, by 6:55, we all should be getting in and settling in. It's also important we engage with ourselves. That's why we have the Slack, let's be available, let's share content, let's, when we are after classes, we can go there, share class content, share real life experience and things like that. As much as possible, let's keep questions relevant, not because they are foolish, so that we don't always go off track, so that it's easy for us now. That imagine we are talking, and I was talking about G wagon, and maybe I start talking about 2025 or the electric G wagon. We are in class, yes. Our discussion got to G wagon, but we have deviated into maybe cars now, no more products. So it's always important. Also, let's learn to embrace constructive feedback. Let's be open to feedback as a product manager. That is one very key feature. You must be able to let people tell you are doing rubbish or your product failed, and you should be able to take that feedback constructively and also learn to offer constructive feedback to people also. It's very important to focus on improvement and learning. So what I mean by that is that why am I giving this feedback? Is it to pull this person down? Is it to tell the person is doing nonsense, or is it for the person to be able to do it better? There are ways you can deliver that construction that you pass your message, that somebody will feel good, somebody will feel bad after. Assignments is important. We complete assignments on time, and we take it seriously also. Also, very important, let's honor privacy and confidentiality, so that I will not use me and my wife's issue at home to give an example in class, and one of you go and look for her online and chat that your husband just told you about us in class today, Nico. So please, as much as possible, let's let's between everybody, um, um, classmates, even from me to you, some examples I'll be giving, maybe some past projects I've worked on and things like that. Don't go and look for the person. They use your product as an example in class, so please, and as much as possible, let's stay positive and very solution oriented. I keep telling everybody, failure is not failure. Failure is a feedback. It's just a way to know how to do things better. So if you do something now and you did not do it appropriately, your assignment did not go like you expected it to go, or I'm asking you to redo it, or you didn't get it. It is okay. It's okay to send us back. It's okay to say you did not get it. We'll come back. It's okay, and it's totally fine. In everything, be solution oriented. What am I getting out of this? What do I want out of this? And I trust that if we abide by this, we are all good to go. So with that, I will round off to this class. So our next class will be on Saturday, where we will start the product management in total, in details. So thank you very much. Damilola, I don't want to have anything. Okay, Blessing is putting on her hand. Blessing, yes, please go ahead. You have the floor. Blessing, please speak up, please.
I said sorry, it was a mistake. I wanted to
Oh,
give an
okay,
emoji.
okay.
Sorry
Thank you very
about that.
much. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Damilola.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Kalumi. Thank you for your time. Thank you for for teaching us the basics of product management. I think every one of us here has learned one or two things about what product management, what PM really is. And I think one of the things that I picked up was that the success of every product is not dependent on technology. That is, it is even the bare minimum. So as product manager, we have a lot to do, and I learned new thing. This first I'm hearing about vitamin products and pain products, and that's nice. That's nice. So I'm sure every one of us have learned like one or two from all what Mr. Kolumi has talked about. And one thing that struck is that what product management is really all about, what is the direction of product management, is more of the who, the what, the where, and the how. So that is like the whole entity of what project management is. If I got that correctly, I stand to be corrected. But that was one thing I picked also, that there's no how you want to talk about project management without it having a product without a target audience is really nothing. That is, there's no product at all. So I'm sure that everybody picked one or two things, and on our Slack channel you can drop what you learned, what struck you, what made you more interested in this course.
Yes,
So I would
please.
like
I will appreciate that. Thank you very much, Damila. That's very important. Please. Well, I said we should
yeah,
do it here, but because of time. So let's all go on Slack this evening, please. Yeah, that's our
yes,
first
and
assignment. Yeah, that's
and
your
drop
first
what
assignment.
you learned, what you
What you have
picked,
learned today.
because I said it on the Slack channel that everybody should come with your jotter and your pen. So I'm sure everybody took note of one or two things. So I'd like you to upload, if not everything, but key points of what you learned today on our training, on our first training, our first meeting. So I think that being said, I think we can call that a night for now. And yes, to be a good product manager, to make sales or to market yourself, you have to niche down. And I think from subsequent meeting, we will learn what the other niches of product management is. So thank you very much. I think someone is saying we can take screenshots of the class and post on your social media. Yes, we can do that. You can screenshot our chat, post on social media, tag tag us, and we really do appreciate that. Thank you to as many that joined the class today. And if you have any question, you can write your question on the Slack channel and you'll receive an answer from any of our instructor. Thank you very much and good night. And we shouldn't forget our assignment. He said we should share what we learned. I think he's giving us a point now, 5 points for everyone. Okay, share your learning points, 5 learning points. I'm sorry about that. So share your learning point 5. What struck you in today's meeting? Thank you, and I think we can call it a night. Sakalumi, is there any other thing you want to address?
No, that's all for now. Just submit on Slack. We must submit. What when Damila, when must they submit? When is the deadline for submission? Damila.
The deadline for submission is tomorrow by 12, because I think that is enough time.
Yes.
That's enough time. By 12 p.m. in the afternoon, please, all assignments should be submitted. Thank you very much and have a wonderful
Please,
night.
please, Damilola, about the assignment, are we to just drop it in the Slack chat? Or is there
Yes,
a Google for stuff?
no, just on the Slack chat
All
for
right.
project managers. Thank you very much. So, is there any other question? Is there any confusion that needs to be cleared? Since there is none, I think we can call it a night. Thank you very much. Thank you once again. Thank you for as many that took out time from their busy schedule to be part of this program. Thank you. I really appreciate you. My heart to every one of you. Thank you. Mercy, do you have anything to say? Mercy Paul, or it is a mistake?
Yes, it's not a
Okay,
mistake. Sorry.
okay, okay.
So I dropped a chat and I wanted to find out if we're going to be getting materials during the course of the program where we can actually go back to read and study extensively.
Okay. I feel that that's why this session is recorded for us to go back to it and listen to it. Am
So
I
we're not getting
communicating?
materials.
I don't think we are, because everything will be communicated on the group, like on our chats, on our classes. So we have the we can come back to the old chats, to the old live recording to listen to it over and over again. So there's no like I don't
And
think
I
there's a
think
reading
what she's
material.
saying, sorry, Mercy, I think what she's saying, she's talking about the slides. If it's possible, we can get it to study
Okay, okay,
to get to
okay,
better understand. That's what she's talking about. The slides.
okay.
Like after
We'll
every
get that
class, if
across
you can
to
get
you.
like okay.
The slide. Okay. I think we should, but we'll get that across to you on the Slack group. Thank you. I think that's all for tonight. Is there any other question? Damilola, your hand is raised.
Yeah, thank you. You made mention of the course outline. Please, I didn't get the course outline on the group chat.
Okay, I'll resend it tonight.
All right, thank you.
I'll resend the. Okay, thank you very much. So, is there any other question? Since there is none, I think we can call it a night. now. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Pelumi. Thank you for as many that.
Thank you
Mary,
Yeah, good evening. Please,
do you have something to say?
yes, the assignment for those that couldn't hear the
Okay.
question, can they send it to the group as well?
What did you say?
The assignment given that we need to submit tomorrow, can it be like
Yes.
the question itself, can it be sent to the group as well so that people who didn't get it can also get it from there and work on it?
I'm sorry, I did not get you. Are you saying that the question for the assignment should be sent to the group? Is that what you are
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
yeah,
she's
definitely
saying.
we will send it. We will send it to the group. Thank you very much. So is there
Yeah.
any other person that has
Yes, yes,
okay,
Damian. Yes,
yes,
please.
sir.
For regarding the assignment, can we start sending it today? Like,
Yeah, you can start sending
okay,
it today. You
okay,
can start sending it today, but the deadline is tomorrow by 12. So
okay,
you can
no
start
problem.
sending it today. And also, I think let me say this, then we prepare everybody mind. So we are going to be choosing a class captain and assistant. So if you are interested, you drop your name on the Slack group. Then there's going to be a poll that everybody gets to vote for the class captain and assistant. So if you are interested, you can drop your name on the Slack group that you are interested in the position for class captain assistant. Then we'll create a poll. Abimbola, Abimbola, I'm hearing you, please. Or was that a
Sorry,
mistake?
no, it's not a mistake. Thank you very much
Okay.
for the section. It was very, very insightful. I want to confirm this recorded meeting, will it be dropped on the Slack tonight or it will be dropped in the morning? Thank you.
Yeah, if it's not dropped tonight, it will be dropped tomorrow. I mean, in the morning, tomorrow morning.
You know, you gave us a rule to submit on or before 12 p.m. So,
That
all right.
is why, yeah, I get you though, but that is why I think I made mention in Slack group that everybody should have like a jotter, but you will get to listen to it. Probably tonight, you get the recording.
Okay, noted. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. So is there any other question? There's no other question. Okay, thank you once again. I feel I've been seeing a lot of thank you tonight, but I'm not complaining. Thank you once again and good night. And see you guys on Saturday. And I want to see everybody assignments start rolling in from tonight. Then the deadline is tomorrow by 12 p.m. Thank you. God bless you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Mary. Good night, Ogichi. Good night, all you.
Good night, everyone. Have a nice night. Bye.
And you
Good
Bye.
too,
You
night.
sir.
too, sir.
Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
On this way, I enjoy the command.